Stop being afraid of being disliked by losers who literally do not know you and will never know your story. Nobody's a loser. But in actuality, if somebody is hating on somebody else for living their life, then yeah, technically that person is a loser because they have lost at the game of life. They have lost in the game of energy. They don't understand that when they send negativity outwards, it comes back. I hope people are starting to catch on to this. I hope people are starting to understand Newton's third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The energy that you send out is bound to come back to you in some form or another. I'll give you a personal example. One time I was going through it and I was really agitated and I had a lot of negative thoughts. And what do you think happened? The stuff that I was using started to break down. Like my electronics started to like malfunction because of my thoughts. Right? Because there is always a connection, an energetic connection between what we think and what happens around us. Our thoughts create reality, not through some third party, not through some third person, not through anything. It's direct. So when you understand that keeping fertile thoughts, keeping creative thoughts, keeping happy, colorful, brilliant, beautiful, exciting thoughts about life, about yourself, and about others is the most important thing, right? Then you will understand what health is. Then you will understand what wealth is. You will understand what beauty is and how it all comes from inside of us. Everything comes from inside of us. The reality that we experience, the people that we meet, the interactions we have, everything comes from within. So know this. Know that you are the creator. Know that you, in a sense, are God. You have the ability to decide your life for yourself. Sometimes I get comments in my comment section, and there are people that say negative things about themselves, and they beat down on themselves, and they say, oh, that'll never happen to me because I'm in XYZ situation. You are in XYZ situation because you have chosen to be so. Do you understand that even if you're in the worst situation possible, in your mind, you can be somewhere else? This is what meditation is. You can be in the worst physical reality possible, and you can still not be there because you decide. And I know that it sounds almost impossible. I know it sounds impractical. I know it sounds like, just something very hard to understand because, it is hard to understand that imagination creates reality. That is hard to understand, but it's the truth. And so sometimes the truth is not easy to digest when we've been fed a different idea about reality, when we've been fed a different truth for a long time. That, oh, I am XYZ type of person, and I have this job, and I am, a homemaker or whatever, and I have these types of friends I surround myself with. This is my fashion. This is my way of moving through the world. This is what I believe. Like, you can change these things if you don't like them. You have chosen the life that you have. The life that you have is the life that you have chosen. Because, again, you can be in the worst 3D situation possible, and you can still not be there. And if you are somewhere else in your mind, you are sure to travel there in your third dimensional reality pretty soon. This is how people manifest fame, success, fortune, abundance. Please keep an open mind. Because it's only going to benefit you. And also, one other thing I'd like to add, when we do things that benefit ourselves and benefit our immediate society and community that surrounds us, we profit. Not only do we profit for ourselves, we profit for others, right? We allow others to profit. And so our own profit compounds. You have to understand the law of compounding effect. Number one. Number two, you have to understand the law of karma. Karma is always acting. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Thoughts are karma. Thoughts are karma. Keep your karma clean. Keep it very clean. This is like the only thing you need to know in life. If you were to take anything from any of my videos or anyone else's videos ever, just take this, right? Keep the inner environment extremely balanced and clean, spiritually clean. There's a book, it's called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. She talks about how, everybody should read The Secret. She talks about how the laws of the universe are so obvious. They're so obvious that we skip over them. And we don't make the connection that how we feel and how we are thinking and how how our equilibrium is will directly affect the things that happen around us. Did you guys know? The other day, I was thinking of a place, like a certain location, okay? And I was thinking of I'd never been there in my life, but I was imagining the buildings, like the architecture, because I looked it up. And I was imagining the weather there because it's like below the equator, so it's really warm over there. And so I was like feeling the energy of the place. And a few things happened, one at a time, immediately, that popped up on my phone, and it was all related to my thoughts. And you could be thinking, well, Seema, that's predictive AI, like that's obvious, it happens all the time. This was different because what happened was there was a person attached to this place, right? And so the person that is attached to this place that I also had never met before suddenly came up as a notification on my phone. And so I was able to connect the dots that because I was in a relaxed frame of mind, imagining this place where this particular person is residing, right? And I'm like imagining the place, I'm seeing the skyline, I'm seeing the architecture. Suddenly this person starts popping up on my phone discussing something. And I'm like, I'm listening, and I'm just thinking like, you know, there is an instant connection between things. It's not a delayed connection. We just think there is a delay in manifestation of momentum because we think there's a delay. We just think there's a delay because we just think there's a delay. Like, there's the reason for the delay is our thought. The reason for the delay is because we've decided that there is a delay in manifestation of anything. There doesn't have to be delay. Quantum reality is moldable, shapeable, here and now. This is why your dream state is reality. Let's talk about it. Your dream state is reality. It's not the 3D world that is reality. This stuff is bendable. It's bendable. I wanted a certain car. I got it in a matter of a few weeks. How? Why? Because I let it go. Right? Like, this may be hard for people to understand, so let me break it down for you. In 2024, something happened that was like very negative because I had been thinking negative thoughts. And I lost something material. And then I immediately decided that I wanted something better, you know? And suddenly my loss turned into a gain in a matter of a few weeks because I decided so. You know what I mean? Like, and you may be listening and thinking, Seema, what are you talking about? You know, how is that possible? Listen to what I'm saying. It's possible. You just have to know that it's possible, that you can have anything you want right here and right now. And it's not about material stuff. Like, it's about your feeling. It's about, are you feeling like you are the person that has whatever it is you want to have, right? Let me try to explain this better. The way that we see ourselves is the way that the world is going to respond to us. So if I were to walk around with a low self-confidence, or with a low understanding of myself, really is what it is, or like a low perception of myself, the world is going to mirror that back to me. Ask me about this. I've been through this personally. I have been through the stages of life where I had low self-esteem because I didn't know who I was, and I was in environments that mirrored that low self-esteem back to me. I had bosses and I had people around me that tried to put me down because I was putting myself down. And the second that I stepped back and I realized who I was, right? And I realized my power, my inherent power, my abilities, my mind, my intelligence, my creativity, my beauty, right? Inner and outer. The world started mirroring that back to me. Instead, I got praise left, right, and center. Instead, I got, people just giving me stuff. I got gifts from people, from everybody, like randomly. I got love from people that I thought would never show me love, you know? And it was because my perception of myself had changed. Do you guys understand that we decide everything? It has never been more imperative for you to sit back within meditation. It has never been more imperative for you to disconnect from reality. It's not reality. It's the momentum that you have set forth. It's what you have decided even a while back. I hope this is clear for you, because you can have your heart's desires. You just have to know what they are, and you have to know who you are. Those are the only two qualifications. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to get anything. Look at what you've created. You have created a reality in which Amazon exists. Like, you can just get things delivered to your door. You've created a reality in which DoorDash exists. You want something, you can have it in a matter of minutes. You have created a reality where online money exists. Do you know how freaking powerful you are? Like, I want people to understand this. You have created a reality where you have an access to a library of information in your palms. You can timeline shift to any timeline. You will notice subtle differences in your reality. Like, for example, when I timeline shifted, I grew in subscribers on this channel. When I timeline shifted, somebody new came into my life. When I timeline shifted, I got a new phone. Like, these small things are results of timeline shifts. It's just that people are not educated on energy. They don't know how energy works. That's why I'm here. Subscribe for more. You know what I mean? One other thing I want to talk to you guys about is the importance of diet. So again, I've discussed mental diet for you. It's very important for you to keep your mind clear, but it's also important for you to keep your inner diet clear when it comes to like food and stuff, and like your food habits and your meditation habits, your sleeping habits, like all these things compound. Let's talk about food. Fasting is important. If you're not fasting, why are you not fasting? You have to fast. Why? Because if you want your energy levels to increase and you want more energy, then what you do is you lessen the amount of food that your body needs to process. Okay? When you have less on you to carry, you can think clearer. You are sharper. You are better at creating things. You are better at manifestation. You move through the world sharper. It is important that you fast. Seema, but you're perpetuating unhealthy eating standards. I don't care. Fast and come back to me and tell me what happened with you. And do so in a way that is measured and appropriate. Don't just stop eating. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to eat in measured amounts, to eat appropriately. Stop eating before you're full. Start eating later in the day. Stop eating earlier at night. Have a window where you eat, and then a window where you don't eat, which is a little bit after rising and a little bit before going to bed. This is important stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. 13:33 on my timer. I love you guys very much. I promise I do, even though I'm sometimes yelling at you. Thank you for being here. You know what I mean? Comment down below. Subscribe to this channel for more. I love you with my whole heart. Hope this video found you well, and I hope it was helpful for you, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.